with 6 minutes left. Okay. Icing.
Sure this is good? I can hear.
All right, greetings everybody from Athens. Jason Zaleski here. Dan Ross sits right there. And it is the number 6 Athens Blue Jays here at home, the number 9 ranked Edgar Wildcats. Dan, we were talking before we went on air. Not very often around these parts we get to see 2 ranked teams play tonight, but that's exactly what we get here tonight.
Especially in the same division. Sometimes we get a nicely ranked Division 4 team against a Division 5 team. Not only are these 2 teams in the same division ranked, they're in the same sectional. This might be a preview.
It certainly could be a preview. And for a preview of sorts, we had a chance to catch up with Edgar Wildcats head coach Tom McCarty and his comments about tonight's game. And here that is now. Nothing different than that. All right, Tom. Get back into the swing of things here after the Christmas break. Second game this week. What did you and the girls work on practice after Tuesday's game?
After Tuesday, length, right? We know tonight's all about handling their length, and so we worked on, just passing through trouble, going against the 1-3-1, and just some of that tactical stuff. We took it a little easy on Wednesday because it was a pretty physical game on Tuesday. So hopefully the girls are recharged and fresh and ready to go.
As for Athens, no matter they're 5 on the floor, there are no easy outs out there. So how do you go about navigating 5 tough players no matter what?
Yeah, it's going to be just a tough battle, and they're so long and so athletic. Like you said, all 5 that are on the floor. So, we're just going to play our game and, make sure that we're matching their physicality. But we bring a little bit of it too, so we're pretty confident we can handle it.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's my very next question. I mean, is this a game where you can out-tough the opponent?
I don't know about out tough, but we'll certainly match it. I haven't seen a team that our girls will back down from yet. So I think it's going to be a really tough game, and one that I think that will surprise some people a little bit with what we can match.
You and I have talked about this before, kind of a luxury you have with Reagan on the floor. She can do a lot inside, outside. When she's inside, though, that opens up your perimeter shooting. So tell us about that and kind of the strategy coming in tonight on the offensive end.
Yeah. We just talk to our kids all the time that everybody's got to be a threat 1 through 5, and if you can't be a threat, at least pretend to be a threat. And so, we say that joking, but you got to be able to catch it and be ready to shoot. And all of our girls are getting there and feeling more comfortable. And Leah's starting to find her shot again. She had it early in the season, went through a little slump, and it's coming back. So we're excited to see if we can get her going. And that really is the strategy. Is I think you got to attack this Athens team inside out and go from there. And so we're ready to go.
Tell us about the long-term implications of this game, win or lose. You play such a tough schedule. Your conference in the South is tough, and your crossover games are tough. What are the implications of that type of schedule long-term?
Well, it just prepares you. No matter what happens in a game like this, we're going to learn something from it, and that's the benefit, because come end of February, we're ready for playoff basketball, and some other teams maybe aren't because of the schedule they played. So it just is so helpful and keeps kids engaged. Every night matters, so you can't take a week off, and that's fun.
Right. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks.
There was Coach Tom McCarty giving some of his thoughts. Dan, he talked a lot about worrying about the Athens defense here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Edgar did have trouble against the press that Assumption brings. Athens is known for that, and they've actually excelled quite a bit this year on that. So McCarty knows this coming in. It's really going to be a factor tonight.
Okay, had a chance also to catch up with Athens Blue Jays head coach Cade Keefe. Here is Coach Keefe's comments about tonight's game. So, all right, Coach, Edgar comes in. You've played just a couple of teams that are above 500, so the schedule's been a little lopsided in that way, but a good team coming in tonight. How do you get the girls up for a good team in a big game like it is tonight?
Well, as you said, our past games haven't been very competitive per se, but we're hungry for that competitive game. I mean, Stratford was a good competition, Phillips was good, and we still don't feel we played our best ball yet. So we're excited to play a good team so they bring our best out of us. So we're excited.
Obviously, Reagan Borkert's going to be a concern.
Yep.
she can ruin game plans just all by herself.
Yep.
Is it as simple as slowing her down in this game?
Well, good players are going to make plays. I mean, she's a playmaker. She's going to make stuff happen. But if we can contain her play and shut everybody else down, I feel like we shouldn't have a problem. That's the plan.
Any 5 you put on the floor in the area, probably from 1 through 5, the best kind of combination.
Yep.
How are you able to utilize them in a game like this tonight?
Yeah, well, our athletic ability is insane. These girls are athletic. They work together. We kind of run as one. That's our motto this year. So our even 5 to 8, I'd say, you sub someone in, there's not really a drop in our athleticism and our effort and our run as one mentality. So, I mean, I'm excited to see how we play tonight for sure.
On the season, you score a lot. They don't. So is it a matter of if you can score above 50, you've got a good chance, and under 50, you might be worried? Is that kind of what we're in for?
Yeah, and we're kind of very reliant on our defense leading to our offense. So if there's teams trying to slow us down defensively, that's kind of where we get down in the 50-60 range. But otherwise, we're run and gun.
So knowing all that, it's kind of fast forward, say, the first 5-6 minutes of the game, regardless of what it says in the scoreboard. How do we know that things are going according to Coach's plan tonight?
Defense. Tonight we're focusing defense. We're going to actually throw a full court press and see how that goes to start the game. hopefully don't fall in trouble. But again, try to get some quick steals and limit their possessions as well.
Good. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, we are here at the Nest, as we were just told by Athletic Director Craig Dietrich, who he's in the corner doing his pregame announcements. He's got his whole area down there where he has unfettered access to the microphone, Dan. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, we heard from both coaches. Coach Keefe, very interested in playing a high-level team here in Edgar, and that's what she's got to look forward to.
Yeah, just given the geography and the conferences and stuff, the Murraywood South, obviously, historically, a better conference than the north side. Mm-hmm. But there is cross-play, and this is one of those games tonight. Edgar challenged maybe a little bit more night after night. Athens looking for a little bit more of that, right? And both teams are kind of overshadowed by a better team in their conference, right? Assumption, Edgar, Phillips, Athens.
That's exactly it. It's national anthem time here in the Nest. Oh, there we go. With national anthem behind us. Dan is our mixing board expert tonight. I like it. Only one thing left to do is play some hoops. They're going to tell us who's going to start in this game. Both teams go about 7. Athens more likely on that 7. Edgar may go 8 by the time it's all said and done. But starting lineups are here. We didn't have time to get starting lineups ahead of time. We were doing what most people do here is go to the concession line and get a hot pretzel with cheese.
Pretzel and cheese.
Man, it's really good. They mixed up the cheese. They went with the the queso, right?
Yeah, it's spicy queso. I like it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely a big fan.
I do have the starting lineups for you, though.
Oh, you do? Well, Dan's some kind of genius, so go ahead.
It's not my first rodeo.
All right.
For the Edgar Wildcats, number 3, Reagan Borkhardt. She leads the conference in scoring and rebounding, about 17 points a game scoring and 12.5 rebounds.
Ooh. Whoa. Here we go. Here we go. This. Now, they didn't do this for us, did they, Dan? They must do this every game.
They do not do this every game. I have not seen this year.
Well, all right, Dan. If you can read in the dark, tell us the starters for tonight's Blue Jays.
In the emergency lights. Number 0, Addison Levica. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists a game.
Okay.
Number 4, the only senior in the starting 5, Selena Ellenbecker, averaging 8.5 points a game, 3 rebounds. Number 5, junior Giselle Hartwig, 17 points a game, 7 rebounds. Athens comes in averaging about 70 points a game. A lot of that is opponent strength and lots of up-tempo. Number 11, Sophia Coker, she's averaging 15.5 points a game, 13 boards. And Sydney Coker, number 12, averaging 5 points, 6 rebounds.
Ooh, I got bright then.
Yeah, the other starters for the Wildcats, we have Borkhardt, Workus, Schnelly, Leah Davis, and Amber Skripczak.
Okay. Found out earlier that Amber Skripczak's favorite food is Chinese.
All right.
Now, there's some information that was given to us.
I feel like it's a Little League World Series infographic there.
That is, isn't it? All right, I got to get this here figured out.
The Wildcats win the tip. Right away in the 1-3-1 zone, turned it over. Athens likes to get out in transition. Every chance they get, three-pointer from Levicka, no good from the outside. Offensive rebound, Hartwig. Athens is going to want to shoot as much as they can, as quick as they can. Mentioned it a little bit in the coach's warm-ups. Athens knows that Edgar has struggled with the press in the past. Assumption really handled him using it, and we're going to see it all night tonight.
Those that watched the pregame show, it was actually Coach Keefe who was worried about foul trouble, but it's Coach McCarty's Wildcats who are fouling first.
And it was on Borkart right away.
Yeah, well, she's looking a little frustrated and a little determined down in the low block, getting ready to rebound.
Second free throw is missed them both. So no harm, but a foul. No harm, no foul.
Is that what they say?
Something. Edgar is in the dark jerseys, the road jerseys,
Yep.
the Blue Jays. Honestly, my favorite gym in the entire conference, maybe the whole area. It's really nice.
I'm a big fan.
Yep. You can see the 1-3-1 on the wing. Athens does a great job getting into the passing lanes. It's a second tipped ball already in 2 possessions. Lots of people here to watch this one tonight.
A lot of people. Yep, pretty good audience online. And go ahead and find yourself somebody to remind that this game is on. It's, again, we said not very often you get 2 ranked teams here locally playing each other. Here it is tonight. So find somebody that you know that should be watching that isn't watching.
Leah Davis had a good look from the wing from 3, didn't get it to go.
And go knock them on their head and say, what are you doing, man?
In
Watch the game.
transition, they're going to call an offensive foul. That's going to go against Sophia Coker, be her first. I think the fans groaned a little bit, but I think that was a good call.
Well, yeah, maybe grown a little bit out of, wish we wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Edgar able to get past the 1-2-1-1 press there. No call on this end.
Bodies on the floor. Play on.
This is the Merriwood girls basketball game of the week.
That's right, it is. And it's going to be a little rough and tumble. What a pass in there, Dan. Through the double team, that pass went, even though it results in a jump ball. That's a confident pass.
Yeah, and Athens sees a lot of 2-3 zone, which is what Edgar looks like they're playing here. Levicka from the outside missed it short.
All right.
Long rebound transition opportunity.
We've had rebounds, we've had fouls, we've had jump balls, we've had free throws. We have not had any points.
Nope, steal by Hartwig. Another turnover for Edgar. I think that's 3 early.
We've had turnovers.
We have.
National anthem, we've had a darkened gym with some fancy lights.
Levicka from the outside. That one doesn't go.
Yeah, right on the line it went.
Back to the Wildcats.
Back to the Wildcats. Yeah, you're right, though, Dan. You said a lot of people here. Good to see another full gym here in central Wisconsin. Some may argue this is northern Wisconsin. We are technically north of Highway 29.
Yeah, people have their own opinions about where northern Wisconsin starts.
Well, for me, it's north of Highway 8. But
Yeah.
it's a lot to do with your original your originating proximity.
Leah Davis shoots it from the hip.
Hey, we got a score. Dan, Leah Davis's favorite food, you know what it is?
Chinese.
Nope.
Pizza.
It is macaroni and cheese with ketchup.
Okay, I can get behind that,
You
actually.
can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's her favorite food.
Levicka just passed up a wide open 3, and it's because she's missed the first couple. Athens keeps it on this end of the floor.
Yeah, Ellenbecker, nice job. Whoa, jump ball.
Another jump ball. That's the
right.
second of the game.
Okay, those of you keeping track at home.
Yeah. 3 if you count the opening tip, but I don't.
Leah Davis, twin brother, Justin Davis, is obviously here in attendance.
Turnover.
Played last night on the boys team against Mosney. That was a loss. Justin Davis, he goes by Jay Dizzle. Yeah.
Okay.
Surprised, right? You don't get a lot of Jay Dizzle in northern Wisconsin, but we have one here in attendance.
Ellenbecker misses that 3 short. Inside touch to Hartwig, can't get it to go. Off Edgar.
So Jay Dizzle was asked about, they're twins, so who's the better basketball player in the house? And he said, well, she's a better shooter than I am, but I do all the dirty work on the basketball floor.
Coker missed it, got her own rebound, and she saves the possession.
So I'm not sure if that means he's doing the cleanup afterwards. He's cleaning up the dirt, but he says he does all the dirty work. And then he was asked about what kind of advice he gives his sister before the game, and he says, "I tell her not to suck."
Always good. Hartwig gets the first field goal of the game for Athens. We're tied at 2.
Now, some people at home may think I'm just making this up. I am not. These are actual quotes of an actual interview.
It's going to stay with Edgar. Edgar's done a good job, actually, getting through the press, through the pressure. They had a 3-and-1 opportunity there, but spacing wasn't great, so ball went out of bounds. Burkhart underneath. That's a little bit too easy.
Way too easy. Right on the inbound, Dan.
Yep. That happens when you go zone sometimes. Someone doesn't turn their head quite right, and you're right at the basket.
Edgar giving a little pressure of their own.
Yep.
Yeah. A little tit for tat, as they say.
Levica drives into the paint. She's going to get rewarded. Offensive foul. Okay, so that's going to be her first foul. A lot of times when you see offensive fouls, it's because you hit them with the body. That time it was not a square hit.
Well, people will watch that back, form their own opinions. It turns out, though, in this game, there's only one opinion that's official.
And they get paid to do it.
They do.
I have been on that side. It's really not that fun. Another 3-and-1 opportunity. Bad pass out of bounds.
Just got hurried there, and no real reason. Just got a little anxious.
Yeah. I have a feeling when Coach McCarty watches this that he's going to be really happy with breaking the press, but not real happy with spacing and timing. It's 3-on-1, but if you have all 3 people down by the basket, it doesn't really do you much good.
Well, and there was a bad pass given right back. So both teams not doing well under pressure here early.
Touch underneath for Burkhart. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair. First on Ellenbecker. I feel like a lot has happened for it to be 4-2.
So we've had almost one of everything in the stat book. 2 of us. That's plenty.
2 pretzels.
I mean, I don't know what people thought they were getting into tonight, but that's plenty.
3 missed free throws. And the 30-second timeout for the Blue Jays.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're watching WIAA girls basketball on Friday night on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
All right, back here in Athens, coming back to a free throw, and as that happens, we'll tell you Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, tax, records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point to get started.
3-point lead for the Wildcats here at the Nest.
It is the Nest.
Mr. Zaleski, the godfather,
Thank you.
eyeing up the Blue Jay in the center court.
Well, I own one already. I wouldn't mind adding to my collection. That's a new one, though, so I'd have to pay a lot, probably.
And one opportunity. Coker got to the low post. Good ball movement around the perimeter. Good entry pass. Chance to tie the game.
Okay. A couple of free throws coming up. Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With roots in Amherst, now based in Hancock, this 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes, currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm.
Kind of a silly foul on Hartwig, 70 feet from the basket. I have to think about the estimates now, right?
The math?
Yeah.
Well, and some of our crew last week were at a couple of them, college floors. So
It makes a difference. It really does.
yeah.
As somebody who runs that floor sometimes, coaching college basketball, it's it's an extra 12 feet or something every time. Adds up.
Speaking of adding up, I got to get the scoreboard added up or people are going to get upset with me at home. There we go.
Another steal by Athens. Little patient. Another post shot by Sophia Coker, no good. Ball's loose.
We avoided a jump ball there, Dan.
We did.
Yep. So
We
those of you desiring to count such things at home, you missed one there.
Tough pass out of bounds. I really feel like both of these teams just need to settle down, get into the rhythm of the game a little bit.
Yeah. Just an unneeded pass there is what that was. It was
Yeah.
not going to do anything. You were still going to be 30 feet from the basket to continue with your math theme. So that pass didn't advance the offensive possession.
Yeah. That has been there all night so far.
Those did, Dan. Those were good passes, good ball movement there from the Jays.
Burkhart has it. Fouled again. This looks like it's going to be on Sophia Coker, and if it is, it's her second.
Again, in the pregame, Coach Keefe worried about fouls. Her Blue Jays now with 4 team fouls, if they've counted that one on the board. 5.
It'll be the 5th, yeah.
5, yeah.
That's going to be on Sydney Coker, looks like.
Okay.
Burkhart to shoot 2. Missed the first.
Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Mosney locations. With openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com.
Macy Yonker checks in the game for the first time. Burkhart's having a good season. Again, she's leading the conference in scoring and rebounding, the South Conference. She has 4 already. Stolen away. Transition all by herself. Workus gets 2.
Tell you, Dan, the Wildcats much better team with Michaela Workus in it. I know she missed some games early in the year as she was dealing with an injury of sorts, but much better team with her on it.
Another transition opportunity. Sophia Coker is going to the line to shoot a pair.
Oh. Well, you don't say. That means I've got more things to tell people. Head into Fleet Farm and get 75% off their store-wide clearance event. Find crazy deals, Dan, crazy, on toys, games, holiday decor, and lights, and apparel for the family. Fleet Farm. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm.
Over the holidays, I had the opportunity to call the Auburndale Christmas tournament.
Okay.
And I told a really good Lego story because Fleet Farm had Legos over the holidays.
I think I've heard this show already. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. Some people haven't.
No, it's my wife's really into them. I got her this giant Bowser Lego set that shoots fire. It's great.
Oh, I thought you were going with the dad joke.
No.
Right.
Levicka misses the layup.
That one goes, did you hear about the big Lego sale they're having over at Fleet Farm? Yeah, people are lined up for blocks.
Yeah.
That's where I thought you were going, but
it wasn't.
You're a little more elevated than that.
A friend of the show, Paul Jaglinski,
Maybe stopping by later.
would be all over it.
I know.
All right, so that's going to be 2 on Giselle Hartwig. As you were talking about Fleet Farm,
Yeah.
the last foul was on Reagan Burkhart, her second, so she might be sitting the rest of the half. Not good news for Wildcat fans. Edgar does lead by 1, 8-7. Still early on in this one. Long pass tipped, falls right into the hands of Macy Yonker for her first bucket. It's a 3-point Wildcat lead.
People at home were concerned about me, Dan. I had in the I'm running the scoreboard here. People don't know that. They know it now.
Levicka 3, got it.
Wow. Okay. And somehow I mashed a bunch of buttons, and it just had, for Athens, it looked like hieroglyphics. And my screen here in the gym is really small, and I couldn't see it. Hieroglyphics. I can't help it if you're not Egyptian. That's your
Sophia
own problem.
Coker, good line to shoot 2.
My family history is part Egyptian. What can I do? Yeah, somehow I lean on. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I must have, thumb must have leaned on the scale, and there it went.
Coker makes the first. We've had a lot of free throws, and not a whole lot of them have gone in so far.
The Assumption Royals Brain Trust is in the building. All three of them just walked in.
Where's their team? Why aren't they with their team?
Well, that's a question for somebody else.
Yeah.
And maybe that somebody will stop by, and we'll get to ask him.
Yeah, the Assumption girls victorious at Rib Lake tonight. The boys are playing right now.
Girls had a running clock situation against Rib Lake. They won, the Assumption girls.
Burkus, 3-corner, no good.
After just a miserable game last night over at Neelsville, I should say. I'll say it. Miserable.
Yeah, it was.
And the whole game was miserable.
Yeah. I mean, good if you're a Neelsville fan.
Yeah, win. All right, what do they say? A win's a win? Okay.
A win is a win.
Yeah.
Two undefeated teams. You don't expect the over-under to be about 54. That is off Schnelly, back to the Blue Jays.
Okay.
Kind of a sloppy game.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it early on here.
The clock operator wants to get here a little bit earlier because the clock was running.
Yeah,
it
I was going to say, but I'm like, well, maybe I saw it wrong. Yeah, 2 seconds before the inbound happened, it just, all right, off we go.
Lavica, a lot of contact in the lane.
I should say, I'm not ever one to say a foul was had or not had, but, man, I'll tell you, the contact and then down to the floor. Great to body control.
Corner 3, Ballman can't get it to go.
Yeah, last off of Lavica, out of bounds. Right, 0, Lavica? Do I have it right? I don't have a roster in my hand. Okay.
You're right.
Hey! That's something. But, yeah, speaking of that Neelsville Assumption game from yesterday, already we're outpacing that score. That was a 35-22 for people at home that don't know. 2 undefeated teams. They had 20. They were 20-0 coming in. 35-22. I can't explain that.
Couple chances here. 3. They're going to call the foul on
Athens.
On Athens over the back. Generally, so.
That's a 1-and-1, by the way.
Yeah, it's going to be 1-on-1. Generally, you don't necessarily see that if it's not a good box out. And there was not a good box out, but apparently there was contact from behind. So we're going to march down here to shoot free throws. Alyssa Bauman. Shoot the bonus. Fouls are adding up a little bit. 2 on Hartwig, 2 on Sophia Coker, 2 on Borkart. Free throws long, but good.
Long enough that it's good.
It counts the same.
That's the other outcome of it, right? If you shoot it too hard, it still goes in.
Yeah. In my book, it looks like a made free throw because it was.
You know, some people in the olden days, they called that a bank board. So we call it now a backboard, but it's a bank board, yeah. It's a term.
I thought she was going to do it again.
Well, that had a little better arc on it.
If it's in the Y and you bank the first one somehow, you do it again. you make it look like you did it on purpose.
Look at my skills.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you call it the second time.
Yeah.
Weak side, shot good. Nice job by Danica Dietelm.
Just the overall athletic ability of these Jays. And then a turnover. But yeah, just the overall athletic ability. They're going to confound a lot of teams with that ability. Here they are at home leading by 4, and Tom McCarty has perhaps seen what I've seen and needs to relay info to his girls. And timeout on the floor. Timeout here on Zaleski Sports. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison. North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
All right, back here in Athens, Dan, a game that's already finished on the network. They started at 6. DC Everest 57, Wausau West 49. That's a boys' final from Wisconsin Valley Conference basketball action.
Not too surprising. Everest having a good year. West still trying to find their footing.
Doubleheader over there, so the girls will play now, Everest and West.
Give me West.
Probably expect the opposite result over there.
Over the top. Borkart's back in the game. She has to be careful.
2 fouls?
2 fouls.
Yeah. With the ball now.
Yep. Off the back iron, no good. Follow is good. Skripczak. Her first 2 of the game. Yeah, Coach McCarty probably felt like it's a 4-point game. It's not out of hand, but it's kind of progressing the wrong way. Got to get Reagan back in.
Well, yeah, and he's up against, again, as I said in the pregame to both coaches, anytime any of Athens' 5 on the floor is going to be probably a more athletic group than what you have. And so, yeah, sometimes you just got to pull the trigger on that and get it figured out.
Falling on the floor, we have a breakaway coming back down this way. This is Skripczak again. Puts on the brakes. Off the rim, no good. She gets her own rebound somehow. A lot of contact. Reagan has the rebound.
Jump ball.
Oh, jump ball. Back to Athens. Yeah, we haven't really talked about the athleticism of Athens. Very successful volleyball season this year.
Yeah, went to state.
And it's the same girls.
Pretty
right?
much.
Yeah. And they're tall. When I go down there, they're all taller than I am, which is not saying much, right?
Well, it's still saying something, though.
It is, because it's
you don't
girls
get that
basketball.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But here you do. Yeah, and they're good. I mean, they're gifted.
I interviewed someone, it might have been Lavica, and she was, I was up to her chin, basically.
Did you ask her, can I have permission to stay out late tonight?
I should have asked her if I could stand in the first row of the bleachers.
Yeah. You did that with the Garantula, didn't you? Or somebody. You told them to step down a couple rows.
Yeah.
Wow, what a strong rebound and put back there.
Yeah, Sydney Coker with her first 2. Second chance opportunities, and Lavica just bats that into the second row like it was an attack at the net.
Yeah, just swatting flies out there.
Athens really talented, and they only start 1 senior.
Yep. Yeah, and this has been a group that people have had their eye on since they were freshmen. They're now juniors. And whatever, let's just say, Dan, they don't accomplish the ultimate this year. Everybody back next year.
Leah Davis from the outside. No good. Another jump ball.
Wow.
WWE in the house.
I'm telling you, this is, you just don't get this everywhere you go in Central Wisconsin girls basketball. You just don't get it. Maybe not even boys sometimes. I approve. Grab the ball and rip it. If you bring a body with you, so what?
Nice play call by Coach McCarty, getting Borkart slashing to the hoop. She's got 6. Athens by 2.
I hope there's other girls and boys out there watching this game tonight knowing that. They just get onto the ball, and if you bring a body with you, that's the deal.
Lavica hits 1. That's her second triple of the game. She has 8 of the Athens 21. Athens with the biggest lead of the game so far. Davis from the outside. Nothing. It's going to stay with the Wildcats. Lista Bauman back in the game. Going to give Yonker a quick breather.
You suppose the Assumption coaches heard us and they went to the concession stand?
Oh, I see them. They're sitting up there.
They wound their way all the way around the floor. I see.
Lavica getting chased from behind, batted away to where we thought the band might have been.
I wish they were, behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain. The Assumption coaching staff, of course, they have Edgar coming up, also Athens coming up.
Speaking of the curtain, Dan, Dr. Seuss, there's a curtain behind the curtain.
Hartwig comes into the game averaging 17 a game. That's only 4 for her.
Not a fan of the Seuss?
Oh, I mean, I haven't read any of his work in a while, I would say.
The Good Doctor.
This is the kind of game that Athens wants to play, right?
Yep.
And Edgar's kind of falling into it. Very similar to how it was with Assumption. These good teams, they want to speed you up. They want you to shoot fast. They want you to play outside of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, it's worked to the tune of a 7-point lead with under 6 to play in the first half. Well,
good jumper by
shot.
Schnelly.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yep. Another quick timeout by Coach McCarty.
Okay. He calls it. We'll haul it. Back for more basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Ice, baby.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
All right, back in Athens. Coach McCarty a couple times here, Dan, doing kind of a college coach, kind of a timeout. Good timeout to take.
It looks like it's full court man, a little bit different. Stolen away.
Yeah.
Burkhart with the steal.
Parents in front of us here were nervous. They saw that coming.
Yeah.
The Jays fans. I can't really say they're parents.
They are fans, though.
Oh, yeah.
Inside touch for Workus. Can't get it to go. Burkhart hits it out of bounds.
Yeah, that got deflected from behind by Coker. That was Sydney Coker got her hand around above the head and swatted.
Athens is tall and quick. No foul there called. Out of bounds, going to stay with the Blue Jays.
So that's the third time now, Dan, that we've said no foul called. So from this point forward, especially on the benches over there, this is the officiating style today.
Yep.
So now you go.
Good shot by
figure it out.
D-Town. Looked like it might go, didn't fall. Levitka, nice eyes.
Oh, what a cut.
Oh.
Just no finish, but man, I mean, that was really good up until the end.
Yeah, Hartwig owes Levitka an assist.
Get her a pretzel with cheese after the game.
You have to eat it fast, though. Outside shot. Burkhart, no good.
Long rebound.
Yep. And it's hard to rebound out of zone, especially long shots. Pushed.
Okay.
Going to shoot some free throws.
All right, good. Tell some more people about something. Let's see what we got here. They tell me what to say around here. I just look at it. Purple Mountain Solutions is your go-to partner in assisting with all facets of your supply chain. Purchasing, warehousing, transportation, public, private, medical sector, you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. Bouncing ball there, Dan.
Yeah, it bounced off several people. It's going to stay with the Wildcats. Down by 5, 4:50 left in the first half.
Okay.
Ball almost lost out of bounds. Team just settling in a little bit, but I don't want to say it's Wild West, but it's, man.
Well, Athens has found their place in this game. Edgar still figuring it out.
Again, a lot of contact. No call. Finally, Hartwig pulls it away. She gets it back. She hit pretty hard from behind. Their body's on the floor. Back the other way. Burkhart's by herself. Finishes the layup.
Again, this is what they're going to call tonight, which is not going to be much.
Yeah, I mean, there's already been 13 fouls.
In some games, right? Yeah. Well, there was one.
Yeah, and that one probably less worse than some of the other ones that we've seen, but
Team foul number 6 on the Jays, and so with just a tick under 4 to play, we're probably see a lot more free throws here yet before halftime on both sides.
Yeah, a lot of times officials will call that, and Edgar is probably okay because that might have been a layup, and sometimes that goes into the calculus of it.
Sorry about that, folks. Young Cowboy just walked in front of us.
I see that.
He's out of the way now.
It is Wild West.
It is.
D-Town can't get it to go. Burkhart pulls down another rebound. 3:34 left to play. Athens by 3. Quickly back the other way. Workus can't get it to go. Leaking out. Hartwig by herself. Give the assist to Levitka.
Well, I'll tell you, Dan, with the Assumption coaches here watching this, they got to smile a little bit. It's it looks a little bit like Assumption out there. May have had an injury out here. I think the officials stopped this. Question mark? It looks like an official timeout. Let's keep it here, as we're not quite sure what we've got going on here. Looks like some blood on the floor, so somebody caught an elbow or something like that.
So maybe it is kind of rough.
Oh, yeah, well, and with the Cowboy, I was going to say we're really close to Taylor County, and you start getting into the wildness. The Medford folks, they call it Deadford. That's kind of a Western name, right? Deadford.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so just a little bit looks like somebody maybe cut a thumb or something, I don't know.
Feel free to give us a shout out in the chat.
If you dare.
Yeah, we will read your name, maybe. No promises. Ball goes through the net, slows it down, turns it over.
Dan, with the physical play, I suppose it's a little bit of a surprise it took this long for blood.
Yeah. Another turnover. Tipped pass. No, it's pretty easy to see how much taller Athens is when they're standing next to the Edgar Wildcats at every position.
Okay, so we get a foul here, and the aforementioned free throw parade now starts on the other side.
Absolutely.
As the march begins, we'll tell you contact Culligan Water David Schuett to protect your home from harmful chemicals often found in water. Over 80 years of experience, Culligan Water softeners give you healthy drinking water and drinking water delivered. So give David Schuett Culligan Water a call to get started today.
One. Dietzem at the line. Doesn't get it to go. A lot of missed free throws.
I was going to say, another missed opportunity. You're right. You've got the stats there.
Both sides, yeah.
We'll update folks during halftime on.
Yeah, there's been a lot of free throws. This is not something I can do quick. You have to know your limitations in this game.
The game of life.
Yeah. Hartwig with the steal. Gets it in the middle of the floor. Here in the corner, Ellenbecker finds Levica.
Passed up on a three. Drive instead.
Yeah. Dedom can't get it to go.
What with the dribble drive?
A long balloon pass. Leah Davis. Able to get up a shot. No good. It's really hard to see the Wildcat jerseys. I'm not a big fan of the black jerseys and the dark green numbers.
So we got an injured Wildcat on the floor. It so appears. So maybe Davis there, Dan.
It looks like Davis.
Or
no,
Skripchak,
it's
maybe.
Skripchak, yeah.
So she's able to walk to the bench.
So for the Blue Jays, 2 fouls on Levica, Hartwig, Sophia Coker, Sydney Coker. For the Wildcats, 2 fouls on Reagan Borkart and Amber Skripchak. So, and lots of people with 1 foul each. So a lot of fouls called. But teams have to adapt. And people are a little bit angry because of a lot of no foul calls.
Yep.
If they're calling everything, we're not finishing this game.
Before midnight.
Like, think of the JV out here to finish it.
Yeah, right. Dude, we'd have to play 4-on-4, like 4-on-4 hockey or something. We had somebody comment here.
Yeah, shout out to Avery Norm.
Avery Norm.
Yeah. Workus makes 1 of 2. 25-21. An offensive foul.
And the Wildcat fans erupt in cheer.
I think that's on Sydney Coker.
It's a third.
Her third.
So Coker steps out. In comes Bailey Hankey.
Now, not popular with the home crowd, that call.
Very popular with the visitors, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing about sports, right? It's 50-50.
Yeah. Congratulations to Aiden Yankee. Went over 1,000 points this week.
Yeah, just on Tuesday night, I think. Boys basketball player here at Athens. I was here a little early, Dan, and I got to see Aiden and the boys practice.
Yeah. Only the third ever at the school.
Yeah, Cam Ford was the last. That was in 2018-ish, something like that.
Schnelly with a long 2. It's a 2-point game. We got a good one tonight.
We got a great one.
Yeah.
And both teams have already scored more than Assumption did during the whole game yesterday. That's why they're here watching. How do I score more than 22? Well, let's go find out.
Well, because Neilsville's not here guarding him.
I suppose.
Over the left shoulder for Hartwig. She has 8.
Made it look difficult, but to her it was easy.
Leah Davis, corner 3, got it.
Oh, yeah. Again, brother Jay Dizzle says she's a better shooter. I got the score screwed up here.
Under a minute to play, 27-26, Athens.
There we go.
With the ball. Coach McCarty trying to get his defense fired up this possession.
Well, the boys are fired up behind the bench. It's the loudest, fastest sitting clap you can do is what they're doing.
Levitka able to take the ball.
Yeah, it had to go off an Edgar player, right?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, and the official was signaling that the whole way.
All right.
D-Town loses the ball. It is loose. It's going to stay with Athens.
Yeah, it was tipped out on the sideline there. That was, let's see, Olista Bauman and Coach McCarty's one who caught the bouncing ball eventually.
Yeah. A lot of times you'll see the defensive player go for it and kind of give away if they knew that it was off them.
Right.
That time, maybe a little coy.
Hey.
Off the backboard, no good. 4 seconds. Edgar trying to get in trouble. Shot from beyond half court off the front of the rim.
And they were going to count that.
Yeah, I don't know if it should have, but they were going to.
Okay.
27-26, entertaining first half.
Great first half. We're so happy that we're here. And we're so happy we're here. I did this interview a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. This is Edgar Wildcats head coach Tom McCarty. Second half action coming up after this on Zaleski Sports. Coach on the Couch is sponsored by North Central Technical College. Did you know? You can start your 4-year degree locally. Visit ntc.edu to find out how. Visiting with Edgar Wildcats girls basketball coach Tom McCarty. Coach, before we get started talking about this year's Wildcats team, just remind us how many years you've been coaching basketball and how many years at Edgar?
Sure. This is the 3rd season at Edgar and 13th total as a varsity head coach.
Okay, so you probably know a thing or two. I think we're in good shape here talking to Coach McCarty. Coach, let's talk about this year's basketball team. We're kind of headed down the stretch of at least the calendar part of the year. What kind of letter grade? You're a school principal there as well. What kind of letter grade would you put on your team so far this year?
It's been a unique start to the season because we started not very healthy. And so it's been I would say we've done as well as I would have expected to date. But we are just now kind of getting to where we want to be. We started the season without Michaela Workus, who's a pretty integral part of what we do. And so she did not play for the first 4 games, and it's been a slow return, but we have her back at 100%. And so now we're experimenting with different lineups and things, but we're right where we want to be, and we're heading in the right direction. This is an important stretch. We've got a pretty tough schedule over the next 2 weeks with Mosinee, Stratford, Amherst, and Columbus over the next 2 weeks. So excited to see where we're at.
Yeah, people get a chance to see you at home over the next or this week, and then down at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point at the Century Classic. Tell us about your involvement and why you choose to take your team to the Century Classic down at Stevens Point.
Well, what a historic event. It's been around so many years. And last year we went up to Northland Pines for a holiday tournament, and that was great. But when the Century called for us this year, we just thought this was a great opportunity to take our kids down, see a college campus, play on a college floor, but be a part of an event that's so big and so historic. And they do a great job of highlighting teams and players down there. And so we just felt like what a great opportunity for this year's team, a group of seniors that have seen a lot, and take them to a big event like that is as prestigious as that.
5 seniors, according to my records, 5 seniors on this year's team. One of them, Reagan Borkert. She's right now through this point in the season, she's averaging half of your team's points every game out, 20 points a game. Is that is her pace something you can continue along with bringing that kind of that total team average up, or how does she fit in the mix, and how I guess maybe a better way for me to phrase this is there room for the other girls to grow into it and even score more points and keep Reagan at the pace she's at?
Absolutely. There's definitely room to grow. Getting Michaela back is going to help balance some of that scoring. but the reality is too, when you've got a player like Reagan starting to average 20 a game, now teams start to pay a little more attention and take some things away. And so other players are going to have to step up because people are going to game plan against Reagan, and that's just going to be the reality. But she's had a great start to the season, and she's going to continue to have a great season. But we definitely have some pieces that are going to fit together and step up and are more than capable. And the last 2 games, we've already started to see that with a couple of different players in double digits. And so that'll grow.
Just coming off a volleyball season, some of those girls on your basketball team went to a sectional final in volleyball. Is that experience transferable to basketball or transferable to the other girls on this team?
Yeah. And I would even go back to last spring softball team and the run that they made. A lot of these girls were on that team. And that was after losing 2 straight sectional basketball games. A lot of these girls were on that team. Volleyball losing a sectional semifinal the year before, and then to have that breakthrough in softball and then to get to that sectional final in volleyball, that experience is transferable because what we're seeing is athletes that expect to win and are learning how to play in big games. And now they're not only learning how to play, but they're learning how to win those big games. And that's important.
Yeah, thanks, Coach, for the reminder. State softball team from last year. That was a lot of fun to observe. Merriwood South basketball, tough conference. I mean, it's gritty, it's tough. A lot of good athletes. What's your part in helping these girls maneuver through a really tough basketball conference?
I think it's preparation, making sure that we're always prepared night in and night out, making sure that our practice has a high level of focus and energy. But it's also talking to them and being open with our players about how their bodies are feeling, what they need out of a practice. Do they need a lighter day? Can we go heavier? Because I think that's the biggest piece is making it to February with health. And that's a big piece of trying to be consistent in that. And we don't always get it right, but we're always kind of being conscious of how our girls are feeling going into weeks and what they need. But then that preparation piece, making sure that we're still always prepared.
Goal setting and conference championships, probably part of that goal setting conversation you and the girls had. You dropped a game to Assumption a couple weeks ago. You'll get a chance at them at home in January, coming up next month. Conference championships, though, no longer part of a postseason seed conversation. The WIAA supercomputer cares nothing about your conference championship. How though, do you keep the girls focused on those types of goals throughout the season?
Yeah, I think it's about, we talk always about just being our best every day and wanting to give your best against the best. And I think it's just making sure that every game is big in their minds and one game at a time, but this matters the most right now because a conference championship, that's a big deal. If you can win most games in a tough conference like the Merriwood South through the course of 3 months, that's really special. And so it is, making them aware of that as a goal, but taking it one game at a time and trying to just be your best every day. Because like you said, there is also that supercomputer formula now where every game matters and you got to be able to perform.
Yeah, it absolutely does. But they took that argument of a conference championship out of your repertoire. So that it's been an interesting transition into that. We'll save that conversation though for a different talk.
Right.
Let's talk about some of the other girls on your team. We talked about Reagan. We mentioned Leah, or I did anyway. Right now, Leah Davis. You talked about some others. Who are one or two girls as the season progresses, people come and watch your team play, that they're going to become acquainted with because of their play on the basketball floor?
Yeah, one I would highlight who I think has been an unsung hero of this year's team is Morgan Schnelly. We came into the year really with question marks around the point guard position, losing Malia Hosley last year and Skylie Manicky. And that's not a natural spot for Morgan. She is an athlete who's going to defend anybody, but putting the ball in her hands is not something that she does naturally. And she was a little hesitant, and she has done a phenomenal job this year taking the reins on there, still continuing to guard other teams' best players, getting us some steals, finding hustle points, knocking down open shots. If you come watch us play, you will never doubt her work ethic. And that's what's the most fun about watching Morgan play. So I think, mentioning her is important. Amber Skripshock is another kid like that. We ask her to play post and she's 5'5". And,
all right, if those of you wanting to watch the rest of that Tom McCarty interview, that is on YouTube. Just go to YouTube Zaleski Sports, type in Tom McCarty. Watch that whole interview in its entirety. Dan's going to give us some first half scoring. First for the visiting Edgar Wildcats, please, Dan.
Yeah, we have a close game, 27-26. Athens up on top. 8 points for Reagan Borkart. 5 for Leah Davis. 4 for Morgan Schnelly. 3 for Michaela Workus. And 2 apiece for Alista Baumann, Amber Skripshock, and Macy Yonker. 5 of 9 at the free throw line. That's 55.6%.
55.6, okay. And now, Dan, for the Athens Blue Jays, ahead by 1.
Mental math. Yeah.
Thank you.
8 points apiece for Addison Levicka and Giselle Hartwig. 7 points for Sophia Coker. 2 points apiece for Sydney Coker and Danica Diethelm. 3 of 8 at the free throw line. That is 37.5%.
Okay.
But the bigger story, foul trouble. Athens, Sydney Coker has 3 fouls, 2 fouls apiece for Addison Levicka, Giselle Hartwig, and Sophia Coker. For the Wildcats, 2 fouls apiece for Reagan Borkart. She got both of them real early in the first half. And 2 on Amber Skripshock.
And they like John Denver here.
Who doesn't?
I know it.
Who doesn't?
All right. Well, I think we're in for a good second half here, Dan. I don't know that either team, even though Athens, they led by I think as many as 7. They lead by 1 here coming out of the halftime break. Neither team has said, you know what, we're able to put this one to bed in the second half. I didn't see that in the first half. So we're in for a good one, I think.
Yeah, coaches had a chance to spend 5 to 8 minutes with their team talking about strategy, where they're at. I'm a big fan of having the kids grade themselves when they go in the locker room.
What do you want to do to improve? That's what you would ask coming in? Yeah.
What kind of half do we play? They probably both said C+. A lot of room for improvement. What can we do better? So Athens going left to right on your screen this time. Sophia Coker.
Strong move, strong take.
She has 9. Athens with a 3-point lead. They stay in the 1-3-1. They like to trap high, but they'll also see trap in the corners. A lot of teams do this. It really spreads the floor out. Good defensive play that time. Up ahead, this is Hartwig. Euro step, layup good.
Oh, just beautiful by Giselle.
Yep. Good body control. It's 5. And I bet you for Coach McCarty, you thought about a timeout there already. Settle it down.
There's their corner trap, Dan, and then
there's another turnover.
And that's what you get, right? Sometimes that trap that you're talking about doesn't equal the steal, but that pressure makes people do things uncommon to their regular game.
Yep, absolutely. Still the first minute. Athens starts out 4-0. It's their home floor. Been here before. Post move. Coker can't get this one to go.
Yeah, it was good up and under, just a little too strong on the end.
Yep. Davis gets it up to Schnelly. Workus, left hand, no good. Borkart, put back good. Man, it's okay to miss close shots when you got Borkart on the opposite side.
Just the cleaner upper.
Yep. Outside shot doesn't quite fall for Ellenbecker. Second chance, no good.
Yeah, Borkart was able to affect that putback.
Oh, bad pass by Borkart. Saved. Ball tipped again. Back to Athens. Looked like Athens might have tipped that, but hard for us to see. I can barely see the book I'm writing on. I went to the eye doctor. They're like, you need better glasses. I'm like, okay. They give me the prescription just sitting in my car.
Yeah.
Don't do anything with it.
You're a real man of action.
Yeah. Levica drives.
You know, just her shot, just beautiful.
Yeah, graceful.
Yeah.
Elegant.
Yeah. Attractive.
Up and under move by Burkhart.
The shot. It attracts me to watch it.
This definitely has hit more points than the Neilsville Assumption game yesterday. Got 15 minutes left.
Soon both teams will have eclipsed either, and there we are.
Yeah.
Well, for the game anyway. But yeah.
Shot by Sidney Coker. Banked it home. 5-point lead.
So some of what we're talking about here and why I don't think we maybe described well enough, if we did at all, why the Assumption coaches are here. Not only is Edgar in their conference, they play Athens here next month, and then a potential playoff matchup between those teams. So Assumption very likely to see both teams to play these teams 3 times yet this year.
I think
2
that's
for sure.
Probably going to happen. Burkhart finishes with their left hand.
Yeah, 2 is a guarantee, perhaps even 3.
Yeah. So Coach McCarty telling Burkhart this is going to be a game that we're going to have you win. 6 quick ones here in the second half and a travel. It really looked like Sophia Coker got pushed from behind a little bit.
Yeah, but that contact is part of this game, so you'll have to deal with it.
It is. Even if there's contact, you put yourself in that position by picking your dribble up.
Guy below us said, it can't be a travel if she runs through you. It's a fair point.
Yeah. Nobody's wrong.
Nobody is wrong.
14:53 left to go. Athens by 3.
As you can tell, Dan and I are having a great time watching this game. This has been good.
Yeah. Schnelly, jumper good.
Nice looking jump shot. I mean, just two good basketball teams here.
Yeah, the second half is a lot crisper than the first half was.
Yeah, all those kind of opening tip jitters are gone.
Yep. On this side, Hartwig able to put down a 6-foot shot.
And you can see Coach Keefe on the other side says, if we can, guys, let's give Borkert her 3rd foul right away. They've been going in the paint over and over and over coming out of the locker room.
Borkert has this. Able to get it back outside. Skripczak, she's fouled. Looks like that's going to be on Hartwig, and if it is, it'll be her 3rd.
5 is Hartwig.
Yep. 3 on Hartwig, 3 on Sidney Coker. Ellen Backer to the bench.
Coach Keefe is doing exactly what you would expect. She's pointing down to the other end saying, but wait, how is this a foul and that not? And it's good to think about.
Borkart carving her way inside. Doesn't get it to go. Levica with the rebound. She leads her own breakaway. Up ahead, Hartwig fouled. Can't get the basket to fall, but she'll shoot 2. Being able to have somebody with the size of Levica to grab the ball, put it on the floor immediately, and be faster than people the other way, huge asset. First free throw is no good. That falls on Leah Davis, her 2nd. Free throws have been a struggle for the Blue Jays so far. Surprising, especially on their home floor. They're 3 of 10. Those close games, bad free throw shooting usually comes back to haunt you. Turnover. Again, if you want to chat with us, we're not shy.
It's possible they just don't.
Yeah.
Like, Jason and Dan? No, never mind.
We've heard this before.
Yeah.
Coker can't get it to go. Break out the other way. This is Schnelly. Doesn't get it to fall. Falls right in the arms of Diethelm.
Good transition defense there for the Jays.
Yep.
They went right back with the Edgar offense. That was good.
Hartwig underneath to Coker. Coker loses it. Back the other way. Borkart trail from behind. Layup good. Timeout Athens. 13:24 left to play. We'll be back in 60 seconds after this on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
All right, back here in Athens, Dolly Parton working 9 to 5 here inside of the gym. Dolly was on with Hannah Montana on New Year's Eve. That's not a real name. That's what I know her as.
Yeah, it's Miley Cyrus.
There you go.
I didn't watch it, but I heard really good things that Miley Cyrus looks grown up and she did a really good job. That's the Twitter talk that I saw.
Well, she wasn't swinging around on a wrecking ball.
Yeah, well, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
But I mean, there's a ball drop. Maybe it's appropriate.
Wrecking ball, you drop in on the wrecking ball. All right.
Yeah. Adios, 2022. Hello, 2023.
Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best with locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Or learn more at nicolaybank.com.
Edgar showing full court pressure this time down. Athens with a 1-point lead. A foul from behind on Workus, her second. Kind of a silly foul.
She's Workusin 9 to 5.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the administrator of the dad jokes is not that far away, so I had to do something.
Yeah, he's talking to everybody around him over there. Popular guy, apparently. Turnover, going back to the Wildcats. Chance to take the lead this time down.
I don't believe they've led today, Dan. I don't think they have.
I'm not sure.
I mean, they would have had to score the first points if they did. So, chance here for the Wildcats.
Schnelly saves it. Workus, left hand, no good. Burkhart has the rebound. Keeps it alive. And a jump ball.
Yeah, Burkhart, and it's so tempting, but, brought the ball below her waist. And the digs start in at that point, and you see it at all NBA. I mean, there's nobody immune to it, but it's frustrating for a coach because all you talk about is keep the ball up, and right away, down it goes.
Back to Schnelly. Had the three, didn't take it. Skripczak will, that's well short. Good save, but saves it right to Coker.
Yeah, athletic play by Workus. Just wanted to keep the momentum going here. Keep the clock rolling.
Yeah. Coker loses it. Block shot by Burkhart. She got way up for that. Leah Davis had the opportunity, stolen by Levica. Had a 3-on-1 and just a great defensive play by Levica. Takes it herself. She's going to get called for a foul. She's over the back of Burkhart.
Dan, I just want to say off of these last couple of transactions here, you got to be impressed with the athletes that we're seeing on the basketball floor tonight. Just all of them.
Absolutely.
Really good.
3 on Levica, 3 on Hartwig, 3 on Coker. 12 minutes left, so getting a fourth now is really bad, but nobody has 4. 37-36, Blue Jays. Athens stays in the zone. Inside shot by Skripczak, no good. Burkhart had about a 12-foot jumper, didn't get it to go. Rebound to Levica. She's fouled.
Wildcats, there, Dan, sorry. Wildcats with two chances to take their first lead of the game.
Yeah. Workus has 3. She's going to go to the bench.
Yep.
With
12 to play, yeah.
Yeah. Overhand pass.
Wow.
Up ahead to Coker. Just scare him a little.
Watch this.
Skip pass to Ellenbecker. 3. Oh, in and out, no good. Levica. She almost got called for the foul. That's a tie-up. Ends up being a good play, but with 3 fouls.
Yeah, she was checking her nose. I'm not sure if she was the one who was bleeding before, but she came out of that checking her nose. Yeah. Looks okay.
Ellenbecker, top of the key.
Wide
outside
open 3.
Oh. Hartwig doesn't get it to go, but look what I found. Sydney Coker can't finish. Another jump ball.
Okay. Making up for the jump balls we didn't have in the first half.
It's true. 11:33 left. It's been 37-36 for a while.
This is probably the 3rd possession coming down in that score.
Dangerous pass. Athletic play by Hartwig. Tries to save it. Right to Burkhart going the other way. Burkhart's got to be careful here. She did a good job stopping herself.
And there you go. The Wildcats in the lead. Athens, timeout. Game on here on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
The Supremes, right?
Ain't no mountain high enough.
I think so. I might be off on that, but the Supremes. Anyway, Supreme here for the Wildcats. They've, to the best of our knowledge, taken their first lead tonight. Yeah, they might have led 2-0, and I don't count those. But I don't think they did.
38-37. We got a good game tonight. We only do the good games. I like that.
We've come a long way, Dan.
I was at an Athens game early in the season against Spencer, I think.
Yeah, here.
Yeah. It was a quick night. The second half was pretty quick.
Yeah, Jay's only with one loss on the year. That was on the road at Phillips a couple weeks ago.
Hartwig with a little bit of spin
you like
on
that
the ball.
lean and then the lean in on top of it.
Yeah. Tipped out of bounds. Stays with Edgar. There's a little English.
That's a pro baseline move.
Yep. Yeah. I bet you they practice that.
She does.
Yeah. Wide open shot. Falls. Good shot by Schnelly.
Rattle it home.
Yep. She has 8. Edgar back by 1.
A barn burner, they call this, Dan.
Yeah, 40-39. Skip pass, Ellenbecker. Passed it up, stolen away. Schnelly, 2-on-1. Over to Baumann. Baumann knocked out of bounds. Good defensive play that time by Hartwig.
Yep, stop the ball. Even if you got to knock it out of bounds.
This is very likely to be a potential 2-3 matchup in the playoffs. I hope it is. It's good. Schnelly on fire, a three-pointer.
Official's time. Official, he's calling his own timeout here to So he's given a warning to a couple of the girls on the floor about something happening after the basket, or some talk, some elbows, whatever it may be.
All right. I'm a big fan of that, trying to get control of the game. 4-point lead, biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats. Foul. Sophia Coker going to get 2 from the free throw line. See who that fouls on. I can't tell from this angle, so we'll see on the board here.
Yeah, while we're waiting for that, what else we have here? Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you.
Coker gets the free throw to fall. Second on the way, missed it. Burkhart with another rebound. She's not the leading scorer and rebounder in the conference for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Outside shot misses everything. Yonker gets the rebound, loses it inside. And now we're going to have a jump ball back to the Blue Jays. What is your favorite court in the area? I mentioned it earlier. This is my favorite court. I love the blue. I love the light blue kind of inside the three-point arc. The colors really work for me.
I have no disagreement with anything you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really nice looking.
Ellenbecker 3, no good. Feel like Athens is settling for shots right now. And a lot of times those fall, but it's been a physical game. Open three-pointers don't go in late in the game if you're tired. Shot from the outside. Baumann doesn't get it to go. But Burkhart is there again. She got 12 in the second half. She's got 20.
Well, that's the way, and still with the 2 fouls. So not only has she played well, she's played under control.
Yeah. Good job getting the ball to the short corner. Coker gets it back. Spins out. And 1. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't look the prettiest, but the result It's the same.
Result is good. Result is good. Boy, we still got a whole quarter to go yet.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that you think about the scoring we saw yesterday across the area. This scoreboard operator, I mean, her fingers are being worked to the bone keeping score like this.
We have almost a daily conversation about the score totals. Another missed free throw by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, a lot of misses. This could be a 10-point Athens game right now.
Yeah.
If not for the misses.
Give credit to Edgar. They've played really well in the second half.
Yeah, they started slow coming out of the they let 4 Blue Jays points pour in.
Yeah.
But then the Wildcats really took off.
Leah Davis, shot fake, 3 off the rim, no good. There to collect it is Schnelly, doesn't get it to go, and now we're going to have another jump ball. We should, why not?
And groans from both sides.
The Athens fans wanted to foul, I'm sure. Last time down, Skripczak picked up her 3rd foul. Wide open 3, Schnelly misses everything.
Yeah, Jays weren't ready, and that doesn't matter. But I mean, they weren't ready.
Yeah, and sometimes that's, it's really weird, and that affects a shooter sometimes.
Yeah, like what am I doing here by myself?
Yeah. Like, did we do something wrong? What's going on? 8:17 left to play. Lavica blocked by Borkart, back the other way. Blocked out of bounds. That's a good defensive play by D-Town. It's going to stay with the Wildcats. Borkart's a good player. She's really asserted herself in the second half. She has 20 points. That's easy to talk about, but a lot of blocks, a lot of lead outs. Doing a really good job. That's the shooter they want in the corner. No good. They're going to call Borkart with a push underneath.
Okay, so her 3rd foul, but 8 minutes left to play. Coach McCarty's not unhappy with that. If you're a realist, right, you're probably thinking, all right, the way that this has gone and things have happened, my main player probably going to get her 3rd with 12, 13 minutes left, and we have to sit her for a couple minutes. He's ahead of plan.
Yep. Lavica, another block shot by Borkart. Shot underneath, no good. Another offensive rebound. Getting a little loosey-goosey again here offensively for the Blue Jays. Turned it over. Steal by Skripczak. I feel like Athens is rushing just a little bit here. Offensively, they can be patient and get good shots, and doesn't feel like it's happening right now. Tipped out of bounds, going to stay with Edgar.
Yeah, kind of playing stiff a little bit. They're in trail position and they have been for a few minutes now, but just kind of tightening up, it looks like.
Tipped out of bounds, going to stay with Edgar. 3-point game. Edgar on top of Athens. These towns not very far away for being in different conferences.
About 8 minutes. Maybe a little more. 12, we'll call it. Really close.
Close. Stratford's probably closer. Stratford
and Athens? Oh, yeah.
10 miles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lead out the other way. That's a travel. Yeah, they called it.
I mean, it's tough to gather up.
Yeah.
Right? Good efforts.
Especially when you're close to the baseline.
Yeah, Skripczak did what she could there. It's a lot to ask of the feet to get settled down right away.
Lavica, turnaround, 14-footer is good. She's got a dozen. 1-point Wildcat lead. We're well into the 4th quarter now.
It's getting exciting.
Yeah. How about like 4 or 5 overtimes?
On a Friday night, why not?
Why not? It's good finish by Schnelly. She's having a big second half. She has 9, 13 overall.
Yeah, she and Borkart for Edgar here in this second half.
Lavica's feeling it. Tied up at 47. Timeout, Athens.
So an Athens timeout. We will do the same. Back for more high school basketball right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Seamless, without holes, faults, or interruption. The shape of transformation. Seamless unites experience with insight. Seamless is CLA. Putting seamless into practice to to help you reach unsummited heights. CLA, the seamless experience.
All right, back here in Athens. Tie game, Dan.
Love it.
Man, this has been a really fun game to watch. It's been quality basketball for most of it, and that makes it fun to watch, and hope everybody at home is enjoying as well.
Yeah, we don't see that every night. A lot of times one team's a lot better than the others because it's small school basketball. But these are two of the top teams in the state, Division 5, playing like it tonight. It's like they're going to get that one on Levica.
I love the Edgar fans. They cheer as feverishly for their own team as they do for a foul called for their own team.
Levica has 4. Let's see if Coach Keefe takes her out.
Has to. Just got it for a couple minutes. So I would say there's 6:17 officially. Somewhere around 3 minutes left. You'll put her back in then.
Or if it gets up to maybe a 2-possession game or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Shouldn't. I mean, Blue Jays are pretty good from the bench.
Oh, looked like from our angle, looked like it was going to go, but it fell off the right side. So Athens with a chance to take their first lead in a while. That's a block. Good call. 4 on Skripczak.
For your health too, because these Blue Jay fans in front of us might have went nuts if it was not, and we've got an injured player on the floor.
Yeah, Skripczak took the brunt of that, I would say, but again, she wasn't squared up, right? And she was moving a little bit.
Coach McCarthy here is asking about the foul situation. Yeah. How is it my girl is hurt, and it's our foul?
Well, because the offensive player is a lot bigger, turns out.
It's probably what he was told.
Yeah.
So they say she was in the act of shooting, so a pair of free throws coming up.
Yep. 2 shots for Sophia Coker. That does not mean 2 points if history serves ourselves here.
History of this game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jays have had trouble from the line, to say the least. And what are we doing now? They're going to let Skripczak go out of the game. Okay, so substitution coming in. That is 32. That's Macy Yonker back in the game.
5 of 13 at the line tonight for the Blue Jays.
Just not. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, right? 5 of 13. We could be ahead by 7 right now.
Yeah. First one's good. Jays back on top by a point. Roller coaster free throw game for Sophia Coker, but she makes them both at a crucial time. Yeah.
Timely, yeah.
6 minutes left, 2-point game. Edgar throwing around the perimeter, trying to find Borkart. Oh, had the high-low there, passed it up. Outside shot, 3 by Davis, no good.
Yeah, just missed. She's missed her last few, and they've not missed by much.
Yep. Hartwig in the short corner.
Yeah, be careful down there. Blue Jays like that baseline.
D-Tum can't get it. Blocked from behind. Looks like Leah Davis got that block. Back the other way come the Wildcats. Borkart, 3 for the lead. Off front rim, no good. Yonker, follow, no good. One-handed rebound by Workus. Another shot for the lead. Leah Davis, no good. And I don't know who that foul's on.
It's on the Wildcats, it looks like.
Yeah, but everyone's walking the other way.
3 seconds. There's no foul called. Maybe 3.
Yeah, that's tough because there were a lot of shots. Like if you shoot, there's a count. So interesting.
I don't know. There was no foul called.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
That would have been the only other thing there.
We saw that at Newman in the marathon game where there's stuff happening. We didn't know what it was. I'm really not sure I still understand what happened. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, boys basketball from a couple weeks. It was a classic. We replayed it, 2 days later as a classic.
Yeah.
Instant classic, and it was. But there was, there were rules. You had to really go into subsection 2 and page 5 and then sub item 3 to figure out what happened. And we didn't have that book.
Yeah, and we will say the officials got it right.
Yeah.
Stolen away. That's a great defensive play by Hartwig, and she'll get called for a foul. It's a great play to knock the ball up in the air to give her teammates a chance to get back. That's 4 on Hartwig.
So 1 and 1. No, out of bounds. That was team foul number 5, sorry.
Okay.
don't know why. Our official did this. I'm not sure what that was, but
It's like, wait. Unless it's bonus, then it's bonus, but wait.
okay. Maybe. He may be part Italian. Talks with his hands a lot.
Workus ties the game up. Those quick hitters have been there for Edgar a lot of the night. If you have a coach that can give you 6 or 8 points a game, that's a big boon. Levica, hesitation in the air.
It's just such control. And we've talked about Addison. We've talked about Giselle, just their ability on this basketball floor.
Oh, they're going to call Borkhardt for the offensive foul.
Number 4.
Yep. I can definitely understand why.
But Coach McCarter's going to keep her on the floor with 4:27 to go. He trails by 2. You might have thought about taking her on for a minute or so, but Coach thinks this is pivotal right now in the game.
I think he's right. And she's a good enough player to understand she has 4 fouls. Hopefully. And she's a good enough player. But
experienced. She's a senior. She's seen a lot.
Ellen Becker gets
that
into
work is
Levica.
flying at her.
Yeah. That's a nice X pass to Diethelm. She misses the left hand.
Well, and interesting there, Dan, you don't see it very often, a bounce pass X pass.
Yeah.
It's a little unusual, but it worked.
Under 4 to play. Workus goes baseline. Pass, this is Yonker, 3. Oh, thought we had a chance of a bank there. Schnelly jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Levica, who's back in the game.
A lot of long rebounds, and Edgar has got most of them offensively.
Edgar has the trap, stolen away. Coming back this way, Workus. Going to get called for a foul. It's foul on Athens.
And who, though, Dan?
I think it is going to be on Diethelm. We'll see. Yep.
Okay, because number 0 was in the proximity, and that would have been 5, right? That would have been a DQ.
Yeah. Levica has 4. Hartwig has 4. Coker has 3.
Okay, so 6 team fouls now on the Jays. 3:36 to play. More free throws coming.
Yep, we're shooting the rest of the way. Borkhardt, 16-footer. Got it.
Pretty smooth Jay from the free throw line.
22 for Borkhardt. Tied again.
22. Dan, she's got almost half her team scoring. That's great.
Levica. Defense needs to be a little bit tougher there.
Well, Borkhardt trying to save herself to the end of the game, trying to make it to the end of the game. And again, the Jays I think are going to keep attacking the rim. They came out of the locker room doing it.
Hartwig with the steal. Up ahead this way, Diethelm able to track it down, but she's stuck in the corner. Looks like foul from behind. See who that foul is going to be on.
Everybody in front of us wants to see, too.
Schnelly for second.
Okay. So 1 and 1.
The Blue Jays kryptonite tonight, the free throw line. Hartwig is 0 of 4 at the line so far.
Big thanks to Spectrum Benefit Solutions for helping to sponsor our broadcast tonight. Medicare open enrollment and other things going on. Spectrum Benefit Solutions. If you're an employer, give Spectrum Benefit Solutions a call, and they can help you save some money on insurance and help your employees save a little bit of money.
The whole gym kind of groans as that one spins out. Still a 2-point game.
Haven't shot the free throws well, and then are not able to catch a break on them either.
Steal by Levica. Levica's fouled immediately by Schnelly.
Well, more free throws coming. This will be 2. They're in the double bonus now.
Yeah.
So 2 free throws coming up.
I think it should be Levica shooting them.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
It looked like they were trying to put Coker there for some reason.
Well,
officials got it right.
At this point, I don't know that Edgar cares who's shooting them. Everybody's been not good.
No, Levica has not shot him tonight yet.
Okay. Well, see. That makes sense. She just said, hey, come on, give me a shot here from the free throw line. These guys bad-mouthing my whole team. Let me show you.
Levica has 20 now.
Yeah.
Going for 21. Back iron, no good. Still a 1-possession game. Borkhardt across the timeline. Just need to take care of the ball. You have to be able to get shots up. Nice find underneath. Foul. Ballman going to the line to shoot 2.
I like the Blue Jays here, though, too, right? It's a close game. Fouls are starting to rack up, and they have not let off on the pressure at all.
Nope. That's who they are, right?
Yeah.
You do what you do best in close games.
Yeah. It could ultimately result in a DQ, but it's been good.
Yep. Bauman misses her first free throw of the night. She's 2 of 3 now. This is good for both teams. obviously both teams want to win, but I guarantee you there's going to be a game that probably means more than this one down the road where you're going to play a real tight one where you have to make free throws. Good learning experience.
Nathaniel giving us a score online. Nathaniel, I just need to know if that's a final, please, and then we'll report that to everybody.
That has to be boys, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Dan, you and I talked about that game earlier today. We'll talk about that off air, but you know where I stand on that one.
You actually believed that was possibly the case.
I think I called it.
Yeah, you did. Not quite the score, but about the right.
If it's final. We'll see what Nathaniel can tell us. Oof, they say in Wisconsin.
We're just going to say that Hartwig missed that one.
That's a missed free throw.
She's 0 of 6 at the line tonight. The whole gym wants this one to go in, I think. And she got it. Call that a confidence builder.
I hope so.
4-point game. Pressure continues. Schnelly passed up the 3 and threw it over the head of Burkhart. Yeah, if Athens shoots free throws well tonight, this is a 12-point game. That's the honest truth.
Yeah. All right, Nathaniel says it's not final, so I'm going to go take a peek. Thank you, Nathaniel, though, for the update. Keep an eye on it.
No,
Boys basketball, Columbus and Colby is what he's
You
talking
watch
about.
that game. I'll watch this one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's just off to the side. I can glance at a score every once in a while. You're right. You're in a better spot than watching this one.
Touch foul. Not a bad foul for the way that Athens has shot free throws.
Yeah, I don't think Edgar is worried about Athens to the free throw line.
They shouldn't. Ballman's only her first. This is where you put the enforcers in the game. Diethelm to shoot 2. First one, no good. Brutal.
Yeah, there's no other way to say it. Nasonville Dairy postgame show coming up. I will go down on the floor and talk to our winning coach.
Love it.
I know you wouldn't disagree with it. And our Zaleski Sports Highlight House
player. Second free throw, no good, and Burkhart loses it out of bounds.
Dan, if it's Athens, you best believe question number 1 is what was wrong with the free throw shooting coach? That's question number 1. If it's Edgar, it'll be a different line of questioning for sure.
Yeah. Levicka with the ball.
It'll be, how did you make that comeback with 1:45 left to play? Because that's what it'll be right now if that happens.
Edgar's got to foul Hartwig. Fowler. All right. I mean, she hasn't been able to make a free throw. Into the lane, no good. And they're going to call an offensive foul.
I would say.
Yep.
Yep. She leaned right in on the defender.
Yeah. So Hartwig's night is over. 15 points. 15 points. The good news, the bad news is 1 of 7 at the line. And Coach McCarty will take a timeout.
Yep, good timeout there by Coach McCarty. We will do the same. Back for more basketball right after this on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
All right, back here in Athens, coming out of an Edgar Wildcats timeout. Thanks, everybody, for watching tonight. Jason Zaleski, Dan Ross, doing the best job we can here. Hope you're all entertained at home. We are entertained here in the gym, Dan.
Yeah, it's been a really good game. High-scoring girls basketball game. 4-point lead for the Blue Jays. Just about 90 seconds left to play.
But a big scorer on the bench for the rest of it for Athens.
Absolutely. Leah Davis double-teamed in the corner, tried to get the Burkhart stolen away.
What did Hartwig end with? Do we know that?
17, I believe.
Yeah, so 17 points on the bench for the final minute and a half.
Leah Davis will pick up her 4th.
Okay. But again, as we've said, put the Blue Jays on the free throw line. They have had it rough tonight.
And again, we mentioned this, maybe it was even off air, but find people that haven't made free throws. Diethelm's 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 4. And it's contagious, right? Just like good shooting's contagious, bad shooting's contagious too. And as a coach, if you're Coach Keefe on the sideline, you can't tell your girls, hey, let's make free throws, because they obviously are trying.
Yeah, you just get in a game like this sometimes where you just can't get them to fall. You just can't get them to go down, and that's what they're up against tonight.
Yep, and Athens has to get shots. They have to get shots up. Borkhardt able to finish that time. It's a 3-point game, still in it. Little over a minute left. Athens across the timeline. A travel. So Edgar with a chance to tie the game. You don't have to have a 3. 59 seconds to play.
Dan, tense moments ahead.
I'm loving it.
For us, it's great.
I'm calm.
Yeah. Well, there's people at home right now that are gnawing off fingernails, and those in the gym here too.
Yeah. I have seen 2-point leads with technicals. The guy's shooting free throws all night. I don't know what's going on. This is nothing. Edgar does not need a 3. Skip pass. Leah Davis thought about it. Has it again. Kind of a long possession for being down. Borkhardt. Skip pass. Inside. Blocked. And then a tie-up to the Blue Jays.
Well, that's what you're talking about, Dan, with the long possession. As the time is running off, whether you score or not, that time is missing forever, right?
Yeah.
And now with this situation, not only did you not score, but that time that 20 seconds are just gone now from the game forever. So what you're talking about there is come down, get a good shot, but see if you can shoot something a little bit quicker. And then you've got more time to deliberate in the end game scenario. We've got a timeout on the floor. Blue Jays back for more basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
All right, back here in Athens, Blue Jays calling the timeouts. And Dan, you've been in a timeout huddle a time or two. What is Coach Keefe telling her girls up by 3 with the ball?
Yep, don't turn the ball over. Make sure that you make good passes. When you get fouled and you go to the free throw line,
be confident.
Just take a couple breaths and then go through your routine.
Because if you get it in, you're going to the free throw line.
Yep, absolutely. Athens does get the ball in, knocked away from behind. Kind of a sneaky effort. A cheeky effort, as they would say across the pond.
All right.
31 seconds left. Still a 3-point game. I thought there was some sort of administration thing
Well, it
going
looked
on
like
over
there
there
was going to be at the scorer's table.
Yep. Levicka has it. She's fouled. Going to shoot free throws.
I said, Dan, if you get it in, you're going to the free throw line. This will be Addison now, who I guess in a sea of missed free throws has been a flotation device for these Blue Jays tonight.
She's 1 of 2 at the line.
That's the best you can find on the score sheet,
absolutely
though.
Is.
Yeah.
Absolutely is. Levicka, probably the best shooter on the team, I think. Best form. First free throw, missed.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll be honest, 29 seconds left. Edgar's played a good game. They should not be in this right now.
No.
Athens should have put this away.
I mean, they've got 15 free throw misses.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah.
And they lead by 3.
You know what? If Athens wins this game, it doesn't matter. Free throw, missed. Borkhardt with the rebound. 26 seconds left. Edgar still with a chance. It's past to Borkhardt, knocked away. Quick foul.
Like I said a couple possessions ago, Dan, no matter the score or what the situation was in the game, the Blue Jays just hound you on the defensive end.
Yep. And I understand trying to get the ball to your best player, but you're down to 19 seconds left, and what's Burkhart going to do with the ball there, 12 feet from the basket with the defender on her?
Yeah.
A lot of these possessions that Edgar has had on the offensive end have come away with turnovers instead of shots. Missed shots are better than turnovers.
A much-needed made free throw with 19 seconds left.
Yeah.
2-possession game.
Yep, that might do it.
It might, but it might not. Because, again, you can just keep putting the Jays on the free throw line and get possessions, probably.
Yeah. Second free throw, also good. Those both look great. Edgar has to hurry. 16 seconds left. Another tipped ball. Levicka's going to have it. Edgar might just let this go. Nope, they'll foul. Workus is going to go to the bench.
Then make sure to stay tuned to our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. NasonvilleDairy.com. I will be on the floor with today's winning coach and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that coming up.
First free throw, no good. Fan of the show, Coach Jaglinski said that our broadcast is dead. Maybe his phone is dead.
That's him. Yeah, that's
maybe
on
his
him.
phone is dead.
That's on him. Because you're watching it right here. So that's on him.
Missed both free throws. Offensive rebound. Levicka has it here. She's fouled. She'll go shoot more free throws.
Coming.
Leah Davis looks like it's going to be her fifth as well.
So more free throws coming, and another chance to make some free throws.
We don't have scores from across the network, but we do know that Colby was trying to salt away Columbus.
Yeah, the Colby boys, they won by 5 tonight over at Columbus. Good win for the Colby Hornets.
Columbus
is reeling at Marshfield. Yeah, Columbus reeling right now.
Yeah, things haven't gone the way that virtually everybody in the state expected.
They're 6-5 overall. And
a couple conference losses too now. Two more missed three-pointer or free throws, and then tossed out of bounds by Schnelly.
Well, just a throw the ball in, touch it, and game's over. Game's over anyway, Dan. 2-point possession.
Yeah. 58-53 is going to be the final. Good win for the Athens Blue Jays. They go to
12-1.
12-1. Yeah. 6-1 in conference. Edgar falls to 8-3. 5-2 in the conference.
Yep, very impressive record for the Blue Jays. Good game here, Dan. That was.
It was.
I wish I could be in that handshake line telling them all it was a good game, because it was, and it was definitely fun to watch. All right, let's see. Dan's going to add up some scores. I'm going to tell you that I'll be back hopefully soon with Coach Kincaid Keefe and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game. I'll figure that out by the time I get down there. Back for more after this on Zaleski Sports. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt this same facility. And our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic work. Great community, great people we have working for us. It's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product.
2-1, 2-1.
So we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. It's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy, and we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States. Marketing milk through us. We're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here. Cheese plants. So we had to come to the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had to be in the at that time, plant 7,500
2-1, 2-1. 2-1, 2-1. 2-1, 2-1. Okay, so all I need you to do is when I get set up down there with whoever it is, just point the camera at us. Yeah. I don't have any of this on anymore, so maybe we're done with that. Okay, tell me again, which poker? Sophia at 14? Yep. Okay.
1 quick second to go run this to somebody. Right back.
Why not?
No,
Stay right behind.
I'm good.
We'll go right here. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, so we're all set. Here at our Nasonville Dairy postgame show, Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, NasonvilleDairy.com. Coach, we're going to talk about the win here in just a moment, but first, maybe we'll start like this. The win might have been much easier, better shooting from this stripe right here. Tell us about that.
I just looked 30% for free throws. I get it, we're tired and stuff, but no excuse, they're free. Definitely working on that the next few days.
And it's an easy thing to work on, right? And it's something that the girls can work on their own without your supervision. And I'm just kind of saying that out loud to everybody watching back at home, right? Yeah. Something anybody can work on their own without coach there. But bottom line, you get the win here tonight. You beat a really good team in Edgar. You and I talked about it before the game. They posed some problems for you inside, transition. But how were you able to kind of pull this one out?
Composure at the end, mental toughness. Nobody on our team really had their best game per se, but when we all played good, not even good enough, we were playing good, that's all we need. We don't need that standout great player. If we're all playing our game, doing our part, good things happen, and I think mentally we need to see that out of each other, and 5 girls on the court were 5 cool heads, so that's all we needed.
You talked about composure. I think that's what we'll talk about next. You come out of the locker room at the half, you score 4, timeout, and then you go on a run. You're in trail position later on in the half. What did that teach you about these girls, though, to go up, then to go down and come back and pull it out?
And we know Edgar's a great team. They're never going to give up. We knew coming in it was a full 36. Basketball's a game of runs. They're going to go on runs. We're going to go on runs. It's who's going to stop those runs and answer back. Are we going to mentally shut down and complain at reps or whatever it may be, or are we going to bounce back and push through harder, get it on defense? And that's what we pushed after that little run they went on is defense. We need to work harder on that end.
very physical game. What did you learn about your girls in this very physical contest tonight?
We knew coming in it was going to be physical. I said, in basketball, you're going to rip and hit some girls. Things are going to happen. It's going to happen to you too. That's what you teach in basketball. But after something like that happens, you got to pick them up and let them know you weren't intentionally doing it. And same thing from them. They don't mean to hit you in the face. It's basketball. We knew coming in it was going to be physical.
Right.
I think we had 5 girls with bloody lips, faces, whatever it may be, but who's going to push through?
Yep, and I've got one coming up here, Sophia Coker. I saw she had a little bit of blood, dripping out. What'd you tell the girls to do over the weekend?
Rest. We have Nakusa come Monday. I said mentally, we play a lot of mental game too. Get some mental reps in. I don't know if we're going to practice Sunday yet because our bodies took a nice beating, but definitely get some rest, hydrate, get excited, hyped about this win. That's a big one for us.
Really big win. Congratulations tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. If you can remind Sophia to come over, it'd be a big help for her. She's over there talking to.
Excited with her big one.
Oh, we're going to talk about that for sure. We're going to go to Dan soon though too. Dan's going to give us some statistical updates. He was up there crunching the numbers since I've been down here, but we'll bring in the bruised and the battered and the bloody chin and all the above of our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Sophia Coker. Okay, so a little here, a little here. Physical game tonight. Did you expect that?
Yes, I did. I think we are rivals, so having them come to Athens and beating them on home court is really nice.
Sometimes in a game like this, too, you don't know how the officials might call a physical game until you're 5-6 minutes in, and then you've got to adjust to their style. How do you think you and the girls kind of adjusted to the way this game was going to be played?
Good. Our coach, we talk about control the controllables, and tonight we knew that they were going to come in aggressive, so we needed to control what we could control, and that was how we reacted to the calls.
One thing that the team can control going forward is better free throw shooting. You were 6 of 10. That was the high water mark on the team. Everybody else was down from there. Yeah, not great, right? Not great. But you're able to come out with the win. So what's that say about your team? Where one part of the game faltered, but you come out with the win. What's that say about your girls this year?
Well, I think that we're all very close, and I think on and off the court, we all show that we need to come together. Like at halftime, we were all in the locker room and we said, they can't hang with us. We don't want them to hang with us, not on our home court. So it was big that we came out and pulled up a win.
One idea, this is just my idea, if you can't get in the gym, you shovel somebody's driveway and you head out there and shoot some free throws over the weekend, right? Hang out as friends, but do a free throw shooting game. All right, that was just my idea, right? Okay, your microphone.
Oh boy.
Up at the camera, I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. I'm Sophia Coker and I'm in the house. Okay, good enough. All right, Dan's waving to you. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Coker and I'm in the house.
Nice job. Congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good weekend. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to walk up and talk to Dan. We're going to come up there, and thank you, Coach. We're going to walk up and talk to Dan now and get some stats for the night. Dan's got all the official numbers of everything that happened here tonight, so I'm going to go up here and kind of continue. We're going to go into overtime, I think is what I like to think of that, and I'm going to get everything here situated. Hopefully we didn't tear this all apart here, Dan.
I think I'm with everyone.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Dan. So we heard from both Coach and Sophia Coker. You may not have had a chance to hear all that. We talked about the free throw shooting, and maybe that's where we should start here. Coach said they shot 30% from the free throw line tonight, and I bet your math probably checks out to something close to that.
12 of 32.
Yeah, it's about a third.
Yeah, it really is.
All right. Let's just you and I talk about the game now a little bit, and kind of follow up what Coach was saying. One other thing I talked to both about was, sometimes in a game, especially a game that is going to be physical, and they all both agreed. We all came in knowing this was going to be a physical game. We talked about it here on the broadcast, but let's maybe continue that thought about sometimes you don't know until 6, 7, 8 minutes in how the game is going to be officiated, how it's going to flow. And after you find that out, then that's the game going forward. I think both teams adjusted to it, but, just such a physical game here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there were some times where things were called that you were surprised. There were things called or not called that you thought maybe they would have. But the officiating crew did a good job, right? And never got out of hand. We saw the officials stop the game briefly. to talk to the girls, make sure that it didn't get rough, right? Or beyond what they're trying to do. And yeah, I mean, every game's officiated different, and I thought that you're right. Both teams kind of settled in and played within the confines that the officials were officiating in, and were able to execute offensively and defensively enough for Athens to win.
Okay. All right, you've got some final numbers there. Maybe we'll talk about Edgar first on the losing end here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Reagan Borkhardt had a heck of a game. She had 16 in the second half. She came in as the conference's leading scorer. She's going to leave as the conference's leading scorer. 24 points. We don't track rebounds. She averages about 12.5 rebounds a game. She had at least that, I would say.
Yeah.
Schnelly had 13. She averaged 5 coming in, so she had a great game also.
Really nice. I mean, almost triple her average, and that's good output.
Yeah.
When you're looking for additional scores and when you're behind, that was a good output for Schnelly.
Yeah. Workus had 5. Leah Davis had 5. They're usually around 8. Against a good opponent, this is probably what you'd expect. 2 points apiece for Alysta Bauman, Amber Skripczak, and Macy Yonker. 5 of 11 at the free throw line, and you shoot 45%, and you're the better free throw shooting team. That tells you something.
All right, as we turn the page now to Athens, they missed 20 free throws.
Yeah.
20 missed free throws, and they won by 5?
Won by 5.
I mean, I think that's, that had potential to be the story tonight. 20 missed free throws and headed out with a loss, so they are fortunate, I would say, to have won this game tonight. So. 9
of 24 in the second half.
Down the stretch, right? Those are finishing moments of a game. And so you think about that. They've got Nakusa coming in on Monday. Probably, you would believe Athens going to win that one going away.
And then Prentice.
They're going to play Phillips again. They lost to Phillips earlier. They've got Assumption down the road. You can't have that.
Yeah, exactly. And Coach Keefe is happy that she won this game, but she might even be happier that her team faced adversity and they were able to overcome it. Mm-hmm. She had multiple girls at the line with the game on the line, with the experience of shooting the free throws, going through the routine, feeling that pressure a little bit. They didn't do that well under it, but they're going to learn from it, and that's what's most important, and that's what you want to get out of a game like this.
Okay, final scoring for the Jays.
Yep, 22 for Edison Levicka, 15 for Giselle Hartwig, 14 for Sophia Coker, who you talked to, 4 for Sydney Coker, 3 for Danica Dietheim. You mentioned at the start of the game that they're not a very deep team. Neither team is that deep.
Yeah, about 7, maybe 8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Athens really only played 6 girls tonight, I think. Okay. Yeah. And again, 12 of 32 at the free throw line.
Yeah. Yeah, and the 12 of 32, that's if you're playing 6, those are all your starters. That's their output. Yep. I mentioned to Sophia that she was the team leader from the free throw line, 6 of 10. You take those 6 free throws away, and they're on the losing side here tonight.
It's scary, yeah.
And some of those had to be kind of forced in. Some of those, 12 makes?
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them had to be convinced to go in.
For sure.
And sometimes you're bad, and sometimes you're unlucky. And tonight they were both, to a certain extent. Well, it was a good game.
It was a good game. We thought it would be a good game coming in, right? Mm-hmm. It's 2 teams that really want the notch in their cap as they go forward in the conference season with the playoffs looming, right? Mm-hmm. I see that you have seed projections up on Zaleski Sports in the VIP section.
A couple here and there. Yeah.
I don't think this one is quite on there yet, but it's coming. I know it is. Crunching the numbers over there.
I'm addicted to it is the problem. The competitive side of me just wants to see those things get fleshed out, and I would do it nonstop if I had nothing else to do. I still have a very high opinion of both teams.
Me too.
Edgar, a good quality basketball team. They leave here at 8-3, so that that third loss. As they look down the road, but they can't look that far, Dan. So let's talk about the Wildcats a little bit. Tough conference. Merriwood South, Merriwood North, obviously too, but the South certainly a little bit better, you would think, from top to bottom. Aren't many nights off for the Wildcats either, and so now with the third loss, and having already lost to Assumption, you're probably not a contention for a conference championship.
Yeah, they have 2 losses in conference now. The problem is that even if you beat Assumption, they might not get to 2 losses.
Right.
So conference we talk about this all the time. Conference titles seem like they matter less and less the further that we go on with our lives. Maybe we're just getting older. It could be.
With computerized seating. So the reason, and some of the coaches, we know a lot of them, if not all of them, are still very passionate about a conference championship. Now, let's talk about the good part of it. It's a season goal. It's something you can keep your kids focused on. It's still an achievement. It's still a great achievement.
It still goes on a banner somewhere.
Yeah.
A year up on the wall.
There was, though, a time up until 2 years ago that you would go to your seed meeting and you would tell everybody in the room that you were a conference champion. Those that were able to say that were able to separate themselves from the others, and with it, probably gain a better seed, which gives you a better chance to make a deep run in the playoffs. WIAA accurately, or how should I say this here? A lot of people don't think the WIAA does anything good. This was a good decision to go to a computerized seating system. You bring the fairness and the completeness, and you're able to do it without any abstract thought or any malicious thought, as that did happen. And the computer seating, the math, cares nothing about a conference championship. They don't care if you've got a conference player of the year. They don't care if you beat this team or that team. They don't care if you've won 6 games in a row. I mention all those things, Dan, because that's everything a coach went and argued to gain better seed position. And so
I have been in the meetings before. Everybody went into the seed meeting with the best possible outcome in their mind. Mm-hmm. And their talk and their voting and everything tried to get them pigeonholed into what they thought they should get.
And maybe not even a maximum seed. Sometimes you would sandbag a little bit. But the computer wants and will have nothing to do with that. So Edgar likely not able to gain a Merriwood South Conference championship this year with the conference loss here today. They are, though, through their games for the rest of the season, they've probably, well, not probably, right? We just said they're 11 games in. So you've got about 12, 13 games left. They've got everything they want still in front of them.
Yeah. The first half of the season.
Aside from a conference championship.
Yeah. The first half of the season matters a whole heck of a lot less than the second half if you make a deep run.
Yeah, January to me is, if you're in championship contention, you go about your business clinching that conference in January. If you're not, you go about the business of being a tougher out in the playoffs, and that's what Edgar now is probably will focus on now going forward. And making that deep playoff run and perhaps making it all the way to Green Bay.
Yeah, and as a coach, you just want to get better every day, a little bit better every day. And you don't want to peak now, right? You want to peak the 3rd week of February, the 4th week of February when the games really matter, when it's win or go home and seniors are playing their last game. So I think both teams took a step towards that tonight. I don't come away from this game thinking any less of Edgar. I probably think more of Edgar tonight than what I thought, right?
Yeah.
Because this is a tough place to play. Edgar had maybe 50 fans here, but there were a good 350 Athens fans yelling at him.
Yeah, and we'll end with that. It was a great environment for high school basketball. Thanks to the folks here at Athens, Athletic Director Craig Dietrich, and others here. I lost my roster. I was going to name them all off. That's all right. They know who they are. I mean, thanks for having us. So we always have a great time coming to Athens.
Yep.
The best pretzel with cheese you can find anywhere at a high school sporting event. And they've got other good concessions here, too. I've always meant to put together a concession ranking. And
we have talked about it for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it'd be easy to do, but it'd be difficult to publish that ahead of some of the other good things athletically that are happening in the area.
Do you think people would take offense to it, or do you think people would try?
No, some would take offense because I would name the people who put their popcorn in plastic garbage bags at 8 a.m. and then serve it at 7 p.m. And they wouldn't like that, probably.
Yeah, don't do that. But
thank you.
But if we had these rankings, do you think that we would get emails from administrations from, like, say, random school like Spencer saying, we got new hot dogs, you guys got to come try them?
Maybe, and what would also happen more is people like you and I, and we already experienced this at some places we go to, we would begin being given more free food as we go around the area.
Yeah, so why aren't we doing this?
Yeah, okay, I've talked myself into it. Okay, well, anyway, so thanks, Athens, for having us. It's been a great time here. I'll turn it back to Dan for any last words he'd like to, if he'd like to impart any knowledge on the couple dozen of you still watching this broadcast.
Yeah, have a great weekend. We are going to be together a couple times next week for some boys Murwood South basketball. Tuesday night, Auburndale is going to host Stratford, and then a really big one Friday night as Marathon goes to Auburndale. Both teams tied for first in the conference with Newman. So a long way to go. We haven't talked boys basketball too much tonight because we're at a girls basketball game, but the Murwood South Boys Conference is in fuego.
It's bananas.
It is.
All right, very good. As Dan mentioned, games next week. You can find the schedule at ZaleskiSports.com. Click weekly schedule. Hockey on the network tomorrow for your Saturday viewing enjoyment. Have a great night, everybody.